This resort is probably the nicest place I've ever seen in my life. It was gorgeous. It was beautiful. The food, even though you're seeing prices in pesos, it's incredibly cheap. That tomahawk steak is like 25 bucks, 30 bucks. The food was absolutely incredible. For a grand total of $67 American, we had 2 appetizers, 2 entrees, drinks, and even with the tip, it was like 67. Super cheap. I really can't claim any type of moral superiority whatsoever. And I'm not even trying to put it across that I'm a good person. But if you don't think that I can learn how to tattoo and speak Spanish in 6 months and then move to Central America, you don't know me very well. Highly adaptable, if nothing else. Esto caripicha. This is my new favorite word by far. Caripicha. Literally, so cara is your face, but we kind of take the A out a little bit, and care, it's like face of, picha. Dick face. Caripicha. Pinche caripichas. The different countries in Central America speak a little bit different Spanish, and they definitely have different slang. So, like here in Mexico, words like puta, that's kind of just like a Mexican thing. Mexicans, when they're greeting each other, sometimes they will say "qué onda" or "qué onda, wey." If you go to another Central American country and you say that, they'll be like, wrong culture. That's like coming up to me and saying, "How's it going, mate?" You know, yeah, it's English, but like it's not American. Something that you begin to realize about Americans is that they don't have a damn clue in hell what they're talking about. I mean, Mexico is beautiful, and it's not particularly dangerous. Except for maybe if you go into the small towns. But, I mean, go to a small town in America. In the United States. It's the same. They don't like foreigners, and they don't like things that they don't understand, and they'll do anything they can to jam you up. That's the case everywhere. You have to go somewhere where there's a little culture. There was an old man that I used to do a lot of work for around like COVID. His name was Bernie Holt. He lived in New London, North Carolina, and he was just a really cool guy and a very honorable man. And I would go help him out with things. I helped him install some security cameras once. He needed his barn roof painted. I went up there and did that. And we would talk a lot about things and stuff, and I was going through a lot at the time, and God knows I've gone through a lot for a long time. And he helped me out a lot, and he gave me a lot of really good advice. And one of the things that he told me was, if you want to travel, go. There's a certain level of irresponsibility that shouldn't be crossed. But in general, if you want to travel, then just go. Because what happens is, you think about it, and you wish about it, and you want it to happen, and then all of a sudden you wake up and you're 50 or 60 years old. Life's almost over. You can't do half of the things that you used to be able to do. Nosotros estamos aquí en Playa Miramar. Mucho lindo. gotta get the hell out of here. If I stop and talk to one of these women, my God, I'm never gonna make it out of Mexico to Costa Rica. God have mercy. It's the Navy?
La refinería de la ciudad de Madero, estado de Madero.
In the United States, you will pass 10 burger joints, 10 fast food places before you ever see a fruit stand. Here, you'll pass 100 fruit stands before you find a burger place.
Cuidado con el perro.
Did you guys know that there are black Mexicans? Because I had no idea. I just saw a few. Well, we were talking, and I don't think either one of us have ever seen a black Chinese. You ever seen black Chinese before?
De ahí para allá son 2 horas, creo.
Ah.
Depende cómo vayan.
¿Y cómo me doy cuenta? ¿En cuál caseta?
Allá adelante van a pasar una caseta.
We have right now about 9 miles left to travel that we can travel with this car before we run out of gas. And there's a lot of telephones out here on the highway. They're like SOS telephones that are just built into the side, so we may wind up having to use one, I don't know. We stopped and asked for directions from a road worker, but he wasn't very much help. So we have no idea where the next gas station is. This is pretty rural, and we're in the mountains. Let's hope we find one.
We're in the middle of nowhere.
Middle of nowhere for sure.
And the next city is a couple hours from here.
Y ahora nosotros tengo 0 millas. 0. No gasolina, un peaje y un ciudad aquí. Pero tráfico está alto. We are stopped on the highway. We have 0 miles, which also means 0 kilometers, left to travel in the car. I don't know what's going on here, but we've been stopped here for maybe 10 or 15 minutes. And a lot of people getting out of their cars. Well, we're back on the road. The car has no gas, but it started and we're moving, so that's good. I don't know what in the world they're doing up here, but it took a long time for them to let us pass, maybe 20 minutes. So we stopped now at the toll before we pass through. George is over here talking to the National Guard. I'm over here with both dogs. And it is hot. It is real hot. We have the AC off to save gas. And it is 90 degrees right now and getting hotter. So I'm just going to sit here and sweat and hope he hurries up. Okay, he is no longer over there. They have led him off somewhere for reasons unknown to me. I hope he's okay. Hope he didn't say the wrong thing to somebody. They may be taking him to go get a little gas can to help us out. He was over there for quite a while, kind of standing around, and then somebody else came over and then they took him. But not in handcuffs, so this is good. Well, I saw him. There's a truck in the way now, but I saw him. He's come back this way. He's still not in handcuffs. So far so good. All right, here he comes. A free man. Amigo, ¿qué pasó aquí?
Hablé con la Guardia Nacional.
Ajá.
Y ellos tienen otros que son los viales le llaman, que son como policía que ve las carreteras. Entonces ellos tienen gasolina. Entonces ahí llamaron por radio a unos, andan en el siguiente peaje, ahorita vienen, nos venden gasolina, vamos a la ciudad que está aquí que se llama Naranjos, ponemos full el carro y nos vamos creo que vamos a irnos a Veracruz. I think to go to Veracruz. That's what she told me.
Okay, bien.
Para aprovechar el día y manejar.
So I'm somewhere in Mexico. Don't ask me where, because I have no idea. At a toll booth. The damn car is out of gas. I've let the dogs out so we can get some water and they can relieve themselves. And we are just sitting here waiting for somebody to bring us some gas. Everybody's been really cool. I had a couple of Slim Jims that I had brought from the United States, and we gave them to the people that helped us out, which they were very appreciative to receive. I don't know how I look to these people, standing here on the side of the highway with a couple of dogs, a damn gringo that ran out of gas, but what do you do? Shit happens.
Bueno, aquí estamos. Este señor fue nuestra salvación. En Costa Rica queríamos tener, bueno, no sé si ahora ellos.
So they gave us gas, but it was only a little bit. And right now we have a range of like maybe 100 kilometers. So what we're having to do, we would like to continue on the main highway, what they call the autopista, with the toll, the toll roads and everything. And now we are on a much smaller highway, and we are having to go into a small town, which I'm not super excited about.
Something happens here.
Recording.
Cuidado, adelante.
There's been an accident here. So right now we are in the small town. We are going to get gas, and I think I am going to get down and hide and lock the doors and put the windows up. Okay, all peace has been restored to the kingdom. We have gas, a full tank now. We are now leaving the small town, headed back towards the highway in the same way that we came. Our only other option is to continue the opposite way, or the way that we came in, and pass through many more small towns, which neither one of us want to do. So we're going to go back to the highway and get back on there.
The gas is so cheap here. We fill the, how you say, Phil?
Fill, yeah.
Fill the tank.
Fill the tank.
Like $35.
Uh-huh.
It's full now with $35.
Good, very good.
We're still rich.
Mismo. En
We're still
Estados
rich.
Unidos. It's the mismo. Well, you just never know what's going to happen on a trip like this. Now we are stuck again on a small road just outside of a small town behind that accident that we had passed earlier. I think they've got some equipment or a tow truck or something that's pulling a car up, but a car had gone off of the road and down the side of the mountain here. We're in a region that's kind of mountainous at this moment. So number one, I hope everybody's okay. Number two, we have to sit and wait until the accident is cleared up, and then we should be able to pass. Okay, George has gotten out of the car and made friends with everybody like he does everywhere. I told him in English that he has a golden tongue. He didn't quite understand what I meant, so I told him he has una lengua de oro. Una lengua de oro. And so we're going to follow this gentleman.
He's going to Tuxpan too.
Tuxpan?
Yeah.
And so
And he say it's far, like I don't know how many kilometers more, but we have to wait like 1 hour because a truck of, how do you say, vegetales?
The vegetable truck?
Yeah, goes in the
Ah, I see.
have an accident. And the other car, some meters before, you see, there's another one to have an accident.
So, yet another change of plans. We were going to go back this way, go to the main highway, but now we're going to follow this gentleman that we apparently just made friends with.
Because we don't have the map.
Right, we have no internet, we have no map whatsoever. The only way that we can get a map to load is to stop somewhere with Wi-Fi, and Wi-Fi is not near as common here as it is in the United States. So we have to do what we have to do. Jorge, tu amorcitas. Tell them you have a golden tongue. Alright guys, we're now following this gentleman through some small towns. It's a little sketchy here. So if I wind up with a burlap sack over my head, butt naked in the back of the truck with an M16 pointed at my head, here's the license plate. So we're following this guy. We're having a little bit of lunch. This is our leftovers from the stay at the resort yesterday.
Tastes so fucking good.
Yeah, it's really, really good food. It's cold. We don't even care. The food tastes better when you eat with your hands.
The name is
Negrita?
Negrita.
La Pez?
Garlic, with garlic and I don't know, but it's so good.
So this is 1,000 Costa Rican colones. So mil is 1,000 in Spanish. It's not million. I thought that I was super rich when when I came last time. We're gonna give this to this guy as a souvenir for his help. All right, we're still following this guy. It's been quite some time. This is by far the worst road that we've been on yet. There are potholes everywhere, craters, if you will. And welcome to Central America, where they don't fix the damn potholes, but they'll come out and they'll paint around it. I'm still waiting to give this guy his $1 million, which I have here. And we'll see how much further we need to go. So our fate is entirely in the hands of this guy driving the. We can actually see the roads now. Before we couldn't.
Yeah, we couldn't.
This guy driving this Blazer is. He could be leading us anywhere. We don't know. So this guy, we followed him maybe for like an hour. He's got us back to the main highway. I have a gift for you, un regalo.
Es un souvenir. Esos son 1,000 colores de Costa Rica para que se acuerde del amigo Tico que hizo.
Y aquí, YouTube.
Y aquí está para que busquen YouTube por si quieren el video. Creo que va a ser de Tampico va a decir el nombre, de Tampico a Tuxpan.
En la noche, su cara aquí. Tu ver.
Sí. Ok. Le tenemos que dar vuelta a eso y montarnos. Gracias, amigo.
Muchas gracias. En la autopista, ahora. The plan And everyone knows that almost nothing goes according to plan, and that plans are only of use to people who are perfectly capable of living in the present. And that things happen and plans must change necessarily from time to time. We were hoping to be out of Mexico by today. Unfortunately, that is not going to happen. We've got about 6 more hours before we get to the border, I think. So we're going to stop in another major city, definitely not one of these small towns, and we're going to bed down for the night. And then we should be in Guatemala?
Yeah, maybe.
Guatemala this way?
Yeah, Guatemala.
Guatemala?
We stay.
Be the next country.
The next country, we stay maybe one night at Guatemala.
One night there.
Maybe one in Honduras, and one in Nicaragua, and then Costa Rica.
And then we're home.
And then Costa Rica.
So maybe what, 4 days? 4 days?
4 days. Maybe.
4 days maybe.
Because we don't know what's going to happen. And you know, it's much traffic, and we're going down. Like the traffic is a lot.
All right, well, that's the new plan. Now, that cop just turned his lights on because a truck coming this way was doing the same thing that he just did, trying to cross where there's a double yellow line. And what you come to find out is that cops are assholes everywhere. And like 80% assholes, caripichas, and maybe 20% are cool. And if you don't believe me, you can test that. Just say the wrong thing to one of them and see if they don't invent a reason to whoop your ass and throw you in jail. And they will. Everybody knows them. Do you know how many people told me that you can't drive a car from America to Costa Rica, that you can't take 2 dogs, that you gotta have all kinds of papers, and they're not gonna let you through? All of those people lied to me. They were all full of crap. Watch, we're almost all the way through Mexico. There's a saying that I heard not long ago that goes, people who think it can't be done ought not to interrupt the people doing it. So we're here at a checkpoint. They have had us pull over to the side, and they have checked the car. They went through, they checked the trunk, made sure we didn't have anything that we weren't supposed to have. They had me take the dogs out of the car, and I think everything's fine. We should be good to go here in a minute. I think George is asking for directions or something. But this is the first time that we've actually been searched, which we didn't have a problem with. Sure, if you want to take a look, that's fine. And obviously we didn't have anything, so no problem. Speak of the damn devil, for he shall appear. And they weren't devils though. They were just ordinary people doing their jobs. We made some pleasant conversation. We let them check the car, put the dogs back in, and now we're good to go.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're good. It's okay. Durmiendo?
No.
You look like it.
Yeah, the sun is.
I don't know about you. It's been a long day. I'm ready to find a hotel and
It's something.
lay down, eat something, lay down, relax somewhere, get out of this car.
Yeah.
How many days have we been on this trip? Is this day 3 or 4? I think it's day
5?
I think it's day 4.
5.
You think 5?
Yeah.
I can't remember. No, I was wrong. Today is day 5. We're hoping to be out of Mexico by today, but again, things don't always go according to plan. Things happen. So now day 5. So in planning this trip, and of course not really accounting for any hiccups, which we have of course hit, I thought it would take about 7 days. And how many days did you think? 10? Maybe 10 days. So probably somewhere in the middle there. Maybe day 8, day 9, we finally make it back home. There are quite a few universal truths that cross all language barriers and cross all borders. So first of all, people are just people. I mean, we all want the same thing, and I want the same thing that you want. But what is that? Let's figure it out together. The other thing is that people need to eat. I mean, there's food. There's going to be people cooking. There's going to be, some type of cuisine. The other universal truth is that somebody is always going to be working on the road at the most inconvenient time, like right now. We've been stuck here again for several minutes. I don't know what's going on up here. I can't see. The police are going to try to jam you up and give you a hard time if they don't like your face, but generally speaking, not if you're recording. I mean, I'm sure there's more, but that's about it. And so here we are again. We were passing through another checkpoint, and we'll see if they stop us or what questions they want to ask.
Venimos de Carolina del Norte,
Sit down,
pasando
now,
por
sit down.
varios lugares y vamos para Costa Rica. Vamos para
Down.
Veracruz, ahorita ya último destino.
Llevará su hoja de pago de Evangelio.
Sí, claro.
¿Me la puede mostrar, por favor?
The paper from the Evangelio. Do you remember you paid thing for the card?
No trae placas, ¿no?
¿Qué?
Placas ajenas, no trae placas.
No, es que son placas gringas. Vamos para Costa Rica, pagamos $400 para esto.
Turista, ¿cuál es su nombre?
Jorge Jenkins.
Y
Él es
Dalton.
Dalton.
Sí.
Scott.
Venimos desde Carolina del Norte, pasando y grabando todo hasta Costa Rica. Que
7 días.
7 días. Vamos a durar menos. Pura vida.
Pura vida, mucho gusto. See, I think that's going to be all the trash I talk about government officials for now, because every time I do, one appears before me. I pick on everybody equally. Well, maybe not equally. Maybe maybe I pick on some people more than others. But I'm under no moral obligation to do anything else. So this is Mexican paper money, pesos. Take a look at some. It's not as pretty as Costa Rica's money. It's alright, I guess. We are here in another small town, and I saw some hats on the side of the road that I liked, so I had George stop. He's over there talking to him now. I'm in the car with the dog, so they don't act a fool. We're gonna buy us a hat. Well, if I say I'm gonna buy a hat, by God, that's what I mean. It's a nice hat. How much was this? ¿Cuántos?
¿Ah?
¿Cuántos?
Es $5.
That's $5 I ever spent. So we're in another small town. We are approximately 30 kilometers from the next major city where we'll be staying for the night. Well, we had to stop and stimulate the local economy a little bit. There were some people from some church that were asking for money, and we gave them a little bit. We made our contribution, and now we will be on our way. Well, my travels have been somewhat limited so far, but Mexico is so far the only place in the world that I have ever had to pay to go pee. It's not much, but yeah, pretty much all these people want you to pay to use their bathroom, which is fine. But as a gringo, it strikes me as a bit odd. Nightfall has come, and we're not exactly sure where we are or where we're going, which is par for the course. But we need to find a hotel and some food. We stopped here in the middle of nowhere at some small restaurant, and they have Wi-Fi so that we can pull our map up, and they have empanadas, which is excellent news. So once again, I'm hanging out in the car while mi compadre takes care of all that business. La comida aquí es muy bien. Mucho me gusta. Una empanada. Perfecto.
Estamos buscando, digamos, veníamos de camino, no, tampoco era así como que porque no teníamos internet, veníamos buscando, pero el problema con los perros a veces.
So George
no,
has become friends with everybody in Mexico, and I've gotten out now at this little restaurant. Somebody has a tío, which is an uncle, that owns a hotel which is nearby, so he's coming now. It's a good rate. They're going to look out for us. They're hooking us up with some food, and all I can say is Mexico's been really good to me.
Y cerraron la calle en el pueblito donde nos metimos. Entonces tuvimos que ir a dar la vuelta por otro lado, ahí seguimos a otro. ¡Qué buenísimo! Espera. I'll talk it with my dad. Enchilada con cecina.
Well, I might not make it to Costa Rica. This restaurant was awesome. The people here are excellent, very friendly. They gave us a whole freaking thing of limeade. The food is excellent. Every time I stop and eat here, I keep wanting to say it's the best food I've ever had in my life, and it really is. It's really, really good food. I think the thing I like about it the most is that it's real. It's real food. It's not chemicals and sugar and artificial dyes. I mean, it's just food. As an American citizen, it is very difficult to eat healthy. And you can try, but I mean, just for convenience sake, I mean, we're so busy and things are so expensive in the United States. And almost all of the food that is readily available there is garbage. It's bad for you. It's not designed to sustain life. It is designed to produce profit. ¿Dónde estamos?
En Veracruz, she told me. ¿Cómo se llama aquí? La Mancha.
La Mancha.
¿Ah? Farallón.
Y
Veracruz.
¿La nombre aquí?
¿Cómo se llama el restaurante? ¿Cómo es que? Restaurante Mar.
Restaurante Mar. La comida aquí es muy bien.
Riquísimo cocina.
Alto aquí. We have been pulled over on the side of the road, and we are being searched right now. So far, so good. They've been very nice. Okay, well, that was an ordeal. We just left the restaurant. We got stopped at another checkpoint. I guess we looked suspicious to them. So they had us pull over to the side of the road. They pulled both of us out of the car. They pulled almost everything out of the car and searched through it. They found a pack of rolling papers that I had totally forgotten about in here. So they're shaking us down the whole time, trying to figure out where the stuff that goes in the rolling papers is. Of course, we don't have any. We're trying to tell them that. One of the cops was pretty cool, and I wound up speaking with him, and he followed me on Instagram. I showed him my work. I was like, listen, man, I'm a tattoo artist. I'll show you a bag full of tattoo equipment in the back. So they were pretty cool. And it was right about that time, about 5 minutes into this thing, they had already pretty much pulled everything out of the car and searched everywhere, asked for our papers, asked for our passports. It was right about that time that he noticed my dash cam. And it wasn't recording at the time. I wish it was. But he asked if it was recording. I was like, yeah, oh yeah, it's for security. I'm speaking in Spanish, of course, they don't speak English, but I'm like, yes, it's for security. We're in Mexico. It's dangerous here. That's why it's there. And then all of a sudden, they wrapped it up and they were done. And then they made real good and sure to ask audibly, do you have everything? Do you know, was anything taken? Do you still have all your money? All this and all that. So when I pulled my phone out to record them as they were doing that, the cool cop that I was talking to told me I couldn't do that. And again, I don't know if that's illegal here or if he just would really rather that I didn't. But I didn't want any problems, so I just turned the camera off, and if they asked me a question, I told them what they wanted to know. You're looking for criminals and people who have drugs. You want to go home to your families. I would like to go down the road, and so let's just make everything nice and easy. Here comes the man himself, best friend of Mexico. So that was rather intrusive. And we are once again lost. Par for the course. George is over here at, I don't know, it looks like a restaurant or something. It feels like we're in a neighborhood. But apparently there's a hotel over here that belongs to so-and-so's uncle from the restaurant. And we would like very much to get there and go to sleep. Okay, we finally have accurate directions.
I think
we're getting close. Is this it? So that was not it, and George has gotten out and made friends with more people, and now I think we're following this guy.
this is not the guy we supposed to be meeting. But he knows him and he is taking us.
Oh, okay, good. So I guess because we got stopped by the police and took too long, this freaking tree is really cool. And also the Laguna is over there. I don't know if you can see that. We're right on the coast. And this guy has brought us down to the end of a dirt road. We're in the middle of nowhere. I guess we took too long getting searched by the cop. And the guy that was supposed to meet us was not there, so we wound up talking with some other people. They brought us down here. Apparently this guy knows the guy who owns the hotel, and so we're just down here waiting. He's supposed to go get him, and then we're supposed to finish everything up. I really don't know what's going on at this point. So we're now following this guy, who is a different guy, and this is the guy we were supposed to meet to begin with, who owns the hotel, which I think is here.
He's going to show us this one on the other one we choose.
Oh, is this
for the same price?
On Cabana?
Yeah, that's Cacamaya with 2 rooms.
All right, what an eventful day. So we're here now where we'll be staying. It's awesome inside, can't wait to show you. And so this is una cabana. It's like a cabin. It's not a hotel, which, you know, not that I have a problem with that. It looks really nice inside. This guy's been awesome. So was his help. And we're right next to the Laguna. So we've made some friends. Some of the people from the neighborhood here have decided to come over and party with us. I'm kidding. I'm talking about the dogs, but this is one of the rooms here, and then there is like a little kitchenette and a shower, and then I'm gonna be staying in this room with the dogs. Look at this. Excellent. And with that is enough adventure for one day.